Hi, welcome to another edition of The Hot Seat. I'm your host, Eric, and with me today I have a very special guest, Ron Smith. Ron?
Yes,
welcome
sir.
Talk to the camera. Welcome to The Hot Seat.
Thank you. I'm here in the hot seat.
All right. Ron is a seasoned veteran in many things. He's certainly a seasoned veteran being in front of the camera, so I don't expect any level of nerves out of you today. Good. No, that's a good start. All right, Ron, I've got a special announcement to make here. I've got with me our sponsor of the day. The sponsor of the day, Oregon Spirit Distilleries Straight American Bourbon Whiskey. The reason this is a sponsor and the reason Ron and I are both having a drink today is because Ron's what you might call a gift giver. He gives lots of gifts. He's given me lots of gifts over the years we've known each other. He sent this gift to me. Ron, what's the significance of sending me an Oregon whiskey?
Well, you're a connoisseur of whiskey, and as I get to travel with this wonderful job that you've given me the gift of the opportunity to do in creating this, is I was in Bend, Oregon at doing a stint on my Hood to Coast relay that a friend runs, so they needed, the last section of this one race was a trail run. I did my mountain bike and rode it up and down for like 28 miles supporting the people who are running.
Wow.
So while I'm there, as you know, I do have a tendency sometimes to look at whiskey or beer or other libations. Sure. And I found this local one and liked it and thought you would enjoy it. And thought of you and said this would be one to send back to the troops.
Awesome. That's very kind of you. It's delicious. You like it?
I do like it.
It's a pretty good finish, huh?
Yes, it is a good finish.
So, how old are you?
I just turned 65 this past July.
65, and you just said you were driving around on a mountain bike up and down and shit like that for 28 miles?
Yes.
Holy crap. How do you do that? What's your secret to success? Like, there's a lot of old people in our audience, and I'm sure they're all watching right now wondering, wait, this can't be right. 65 years young, man. First of all, you look great. Like,
oh, well, thank you.
If I look anything like you when I'm 65, I'm going to be very grateful. Second of all, if I could do anything of that level of activity at that ripe old age, I mean, I would be blown away. Like, what's your secret to success? What's your longevity tip here?
I think my longevity tip is find your bliss while you're breathing, laugh a lot, have good friends, love your children, and enjoy life.
There you go. As long as you have children. All right, so you have children.
Yes, I do.
How many children do you
have? I have 2 children. I have a son who's 31 and a daughter who's just turned 14 years old.
Oh, that's quite the gap.
Yes, it is. It's a big gap.
What's your daughter's name?
Kira.
What's your son's name?
Kellen.
Kellen's never been into the office before.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Shameful. Kira certainly has.
Yes.
Times. Your daughter and my son are the same age.
Yes, they are.
Basically. A little apart, but that's good stuff. So, who would you say is your best friend at the agency?
My best friend? You.
Aww. It's my first one. Thanks, buddy. I've never got a best friend at the agency before. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. How long have we known each other?
If you count, I actually had to ask your wife this, I've been an official employee for a year and 7 months, I believe, as she told me. But if you count my internship that you graciously took the old guy on when he wanted to volunteer, it's been like 2 years and 4 months.
Okay, so the question was how long we'd known each other.
2 years, 4 months. You know me, I break things down. I overdo it.
Holy shit. Paralysis analysis over here. Fantastic. So we've known each other about 2.5 years. How did we meet?
We met through a friend who the agency did work for, Joseph Stingle, and you guys did a great job of building out the website that I couldn't do when I was mucking around learning and got certified in HubSpot, and that's how we met.
Cool.
And Joe actually is the one who suggested, saying, you ought to go out and talk to Eric. I think you'd fit out there, and I wanted to find something else to do with my life and next career. And
what made
you gave me the opportunity.
Yeah. What made Joe think that your 65-year-old ass would fit with all of our 20-somethings? Like, what was that logic?
Well, he's not good on that point. He just kind of randomly thought about this and left it to the universe to figure it out.
He was desperate to find a place for you.
To get rid of me. He wanted to move me off.
Challenge you with a new adventure. And yeah, it feels
That's
like
right.
you've been challenged there. So what do you do for the agency now?
I'm really fortunate. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Digital Outdoorsman, which is a publication that the agency we've developed that supports outdoor industry brands, gear brands, and e-commerce and digital marketing.
Wow. Editor-in-chief of the Digital Outdoorsman. And the Digital Outdoorsman is an online publication. What do you try to do there? Like, who's your audience? Who are you trying to provide resources for? Assuming that you are, in fact, with the publication, providing resources. Like, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to brands who have outdoor gear from backpacking, hiking, rafting, mountain biking, anything in the outdoor segment that helps people get out, enjoy their lives, share their experience with themselves, their kids, so they can succeed and crush it and help people get outside.
Didn't you go on some adventure like a year ago or so, last summer maybe?
Oh, this year, part of my 65th birthday, I was really fortunate. We drew a permit for a private trip down the Grand Canyon, and I had the opportunity finally.
Like on a mountain bike?
No, and the river is
Swimming?
Rafting.
Oh,
so
rafting.
I got to run my own oar boat for
You
entire.
drove the boat?
Yeah, I drove
Oared
the
the
boat.
boat?
Oared the boat.
Yeah, navigated the Grand Canyon.
Got to guide my
guided.
I led a part of a group down the Grand Canyon for.
Holy shit! How many days? Trip?
We were on 18 days.
18 days on the river.
Yes.
65 years old. You come out of that in one piece?
I came out in one piece. I was
You're an
I was a
animal.
bit of a beat up, but
This guy's an animal. Yeah, bit beat up. Holy
but the
crap,
other
anybody
great,
be a beat
but
bit.
the other great trip was that I had is this is the year is we've written about the 50th anniversary of the Wild and Scenic River Act, and the other great thing is I got to take my daughter on a 4-day raft trip on the Rogue River up in Oregon that we did together.
What kind of job do you have to do all this stuff? Strike that question. No wonder I'm your best friend. Hey, strike that whole question. I have a different question for you. What TV character would you most closely identify with based on your current job and adventures?
I'd like to say Magnum PI. That's who I always wanted to be like. But Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. I was thinking Kung Fu. Yeah, Kung Fu was the answer I was looking for. You're
Kung
like
Fu Panda,
no.
I mean,
Kung Fu, walking the earth, going on adventures. Like you're on a non-stop adventure. Your life is an adventure.
I do like dumplings.
You know how many? Kung Fu Panda. You need a few more dumplings there, bro. Start looking like Kung Fu Panda. You're like Kung Fu, dude. You're wandering the world, having adventures. You're just like, I don't know how many people live a life as rich as yours. I know you've done a million things. We could talk for 20 more minutes on 20 more days on your travels and adventures. We are short on time. We're just about to the end here, but I have a ton of respect for you, certainly. You are a good friend. You're a great employee. You work hard. You have one of the biggest hearts that I've ever known of anyone I've met. And I really appreciate you. But I'm also really, I have a ton of respect and admiration for how you're choosing to live your life in your golden years. You're living the dream, brother. I appreciate you. Keep rocking, man. Keep going on adventures. You sucked that whiskey down like it was free.
It was. I think I provided it.
Good. So in ending, we've got a good episode here. I think we got ourselves a keeper. Thanks to our, once again, thanks to our sponsors, Organ Spirits. In parting, I know this has got to be freaking layup for you. You've got a mountain of things that you say. Words of inspiration, a quote, something like that. What can you drop on today's youth? Maybe what advice would you give today's youth? Being an elder statesman, you've got all this wisdom, you've got all this experience. You see all the snot-nosed kids running around here that don't have a clue on what's to come in their lives, and they're just sort of all living it eyes wide open and having a great time doing it. Like, what would you give them some advice on?
In the rush of everything, take a deep breath and you'll find your bliss and move on.
It can be hard to take a deep breath sometimes, right?
It is, especially when waves are crashing over you and
Yeah.
you're being sucked under by the river. But that's what you try and do.
So take a step back and take it all in.
Yeah,
Don't
take
let life pass you by.
No, don't let it pass you by because you're only going to get once to go around.
You only get to go around this sick world one time, folks. I think that's a good way to end today's show. I would like to thank you for being a great friend and a great employee. And I would like to thank you for all your mentoring that you do around here. You're a fantastic positive influence on the kids upstairs, and we really appreciate you for it, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. All right, guys, that's a very lovely end to yet another episode of
bear.
the yeah, it is. Like a big old bear. That's another fantastic end to the hot seat, guys. We'll see you again. Take care.